Oops. Welcome to the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast, episode number 151 with Debbie Lindsay. You can find us at www.liftheavyrunlong.com, on Twitter and Instagram at liftrunlong. Also, feel free to email me directly at the address wilson@liftheavyrunlong.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, you should be because we want you to be there. Search for Lift Heavy Run Long Community and request to join right now. My name is Wilson Horrell. I am one of your hosts. I'd like to remind you that the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast is not censored, so listen at your own risk. Lift Heavy Run Long has an app, and we want you to be on it. For $3.99, you can be part of that app. And with that, you will get access to the greatest endurance trainer in the world, Ms. Valerie Hunt of RunRx.fit. You will also be delivered 3 bodyweight exercises, 4 daily WODs, and 4 barbell strength exercises to your calendar. For $9.99 per month, you can have access to all the programs that Lift Heavy Run Long has to offer, everything from 5K programs to 100-mile programs to triathlon programs to Spartan races. Go to www.liftheavyrunlong.com, click on the Sign Up Now button. You're welcome to read about any of the programs that we offer and sign up for any one of them for a free week simply by entering your email address. The goal of Lift Heavy Run Long is to bring fitness to as many people as possible, as inexpensively as possible. So if you or someone you know does not have $3.99 a month, but you believe that fitness would enhance the quality of your life or their life, please email me at wilson@liftheavyrunlong.com, and I'll be more than happy to add you to the app free of charge. I am super excited to be here. I am so excited about tonight because we have Debbie Lindsay with us, who has not been on since episode probably some teen.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
I mean, it was double digits, maybe even single digits.
Yep.
So, and I can tell a story about that when we get around to my part to talk.
We're going to tell a whole bunch of stories. And thank you for respecting that, because I got off track. Generally, I go around the room individually. And if I don't do that, then the whole thing's just ruined. I have sitting next to my right the most beautiful woman in the world, my wife, Dr. Amanda Kimsey Horrell, Jackson Tan.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
You look well.
Thank you. Feel good.
What's new?
Not much. Started my Brooke Ent's naked program 5 days ago, and I have never been more sore in my entire life. I'm dying.
You have no what for your entire life?
I'm sore.
You're sore?
My whole body hurts all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did you do
it's
yesterday?
Like testing week or whatever. So yesterday, this is pretty bad. I can't even remember what I did.
Yesterday was slower. You had kind of a...
Oh, yeah. Yesterday was just 20 minutes of cardio.
What'd you do this week? Like just a couple of things.
All right. Well, today I did Russian kettlebell swings. I did 5. It was 5, 7, 9. It went up.
Okay.
It was in 2-minute increments. So 5 Russian kettlebell swings, 5 goblet squats, and then 20 double unders. And then I had to finish that within the 2 minutes. And then the next 2 minutes I had to do 7. And the next 2 minutes I had to do 9. And then 11. And then so
okay.
On.
So did you subscribe to a program that Brooke Ent's puts out, or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I did actually a while back, and I started it, and I made it through 2 or 3 days and quit.
I'm curious. Does she have a name for it, or is it
Naked
it's
program?
Called Naked. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
So I pull up. I use Amanda's computer for the Facebook Live every week. Right. So when I pulled up her computer, I see on her browser Brooke Ent's naked.
You're like, let me see this.
You learn something new every day.
I can go check that out.
Then I found out that it's a program. Wasn't really sure exactly how to feel about all of it.
Brooke Ent's is not really naked. Okay, well.
Miss Debbie Lindsay.
That's me.
How are you?
I'm good.
thank you so much for being back on the show.
Well, thank you for asking me.
Yay.
We've got so much good stuff to talk about.
I'm anxious to find out.
But before we get to you, we're going to go to the Reverend Von Rawls.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Man, I am good.
What is new in your world?
What is new? What is new? What is new? So many things. I feel like something new happens every day. Like I discover some sort of feeling or perspective every single day that just changes the way I look at everything.
Your
So,
life continues to get better, doesn't it?
man, I'm not complaining at all about it. It's amazing. I don't even know what to say. I don't even have a word for it. It's just fantastic. Things are happening around all of us that are so amazing that I don't even know what to say. Like, guys, we are doing some fantastic and incredible things,
I agree with you.
you know, and it feels like every day I look at something and I go, wow, we were at like an unrelated to fitness thing the other night. There was a tech thing that we went to that was like, I was looking around and seeing things that I've never seen before. And I was like, man, like I need to really pay attention to what's going on around me because like there's some seriously good shit going on in my life.
And I think it's always there. You just got to look
You
for
just
it.
don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
You know, you get into your groove and you get into your routine or whatever, and you go to work and you do whatever it is you do, and you just don't pay attention to what's going on around you, really. I think we pay attention to like what we want or what we want the future to be, and we're like, oh man, I'm not there yet, and wow, everything sucks. But everything doesn't suck. Everything is awesome. You know, you're living in a world that you don't belong in. You need to be right here. If that makes any sense
It
at all,
does.
you know?
I was somewhat taught to look at things differently when I sobered up years ago. And the longer that I'm sober and the more I've grown to appreciate things, I find that it is always there. I don't always choose to look at it.
I think
get
you
in
do a
my
really good
slumps.
job of that, though.
You think so?
Oh, you do
You're
a
crazy
fantastic job.
positive.
Yeah, for sure.
I try to, but I guess my point is it's so easy to get off into the ho-hum and just believe that
Oh, yeah.
there's just not really.
Oh, there's been a lot of times in the past where I've been like, screw Wilson, man. Like, he doesn't know. You know, like,
Try waking up with him every morning.
I can't believe he said that was awesome. Like, because that was not awesome. You know, like, I don't
love it.
like him at all.
I love it.
You know, like, and that I've learned that from you, you know, like you can have that perspective if you choose to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can either be like, I'm an idiot and I suck and I'm stupid, or you can be like, man, everything is awesome.
Be a lot worse.
And, you know,
It could be a lot worse.
all you got to do is change your thought process.
That is the truth. A couple of orders of business. One, we'd like to give for most of you know Chris Perry, Keto Chris, the gentleman who was the cameraman on here, our friend of Lift Heavy Run Long. His son passed away today in a motorcycle accident. So, if you pray or whatever it is that you do to give gratitude or give thanks, please take a moment and do that for Chris and the Perry family.
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
sad deal.
Please do that. It has had a huge impact on me today. I can't imagine. You know, I'm really good friends with Chris. My wife and Chris's wife are very good very, very good friends. My youngest daughter is best friends with his youngest daughter, and I am not going to cry, but you know, I can imagine something like that happening, losing a child. I want to go before any of my kids go, and man, I'm just super sorry for Chris and his family, and just love them so much. So it's very important to me to put that out there.
Chris, we love you, buddy, and we are here for you. Okay, the Chris Hope 5K is Saturday, October 5th, 2019. You can go to chrishopefoundation.org and sign up for Team LHRL. You can either come to the race and run it, or you can do the virtual race. Also,
I like the virtual race, I think.
I can't remember what I have October 5th.
I always say it's my anniversary.
Oh, okay. So it's that's the same weekend as the 24-hour
24-hour
Right.
race. Usually, but I think
It's not
too
this year,
bad
though.
Thirsty's not
not
here
this year?
because
It's not.
the 24-hour race is a different weekend, I think.
Right. I think
Oh.
it's like the
I think
13th.
I think Brian has told us that several times.
Okay.
But we don't listen to him anyway, so
And 2 weeks after that, Big Hill Pond Walking Tall 25K and 50K, October 19th, 2019. Go to www.walkingtall50k.com and get on that sooner than later, because it'll sell out. There's no doubt about it. It'll sell out. I don't know.
it will.
The 25K might be sold out already. I don't think that it is completely, but it's limited.
You can go to that race and walk the 25K and still experience the most fantastic aid station that has ever existed in the history of ultramarathons.
And just the most fantastic people.
Oh well, yeah.
I mean,
but,
if you want to see the trail running community of the Memphis area, sign up for the Walking Tall 25K, 50K,
that's for sure.
and you're gonna get to meet some of the most interesting people on the planet,
The
bar
most
none.
interesting, for sure.
By interesting, I mean best.
Best.
And interesting.
Awesome.
Also, go to memphisflyer.com and put down Lift Heavy Run Long for the best local podcast under media and personalities. Is that correct?
I think that is correct. I can't tell you off the top of my head.
I've done it.
You have done that.
I have done that.
Very good.
All right.
But if you haven't done it, go, because we're going to win.
But first, we have to be nominated. So you have to go there and nominate us. And so Paul Pinkley and some a few other of my smart-ass friends had nominated me for best athlete. So,
Up against Mark Gasol.
dude, my brother gets a text message that says Wilson's in pretty heady company. And it's like Mark Gasol, Anthony Hardaway, who's the
Penny.
Wiseman, just all these huge Mike
And
Conley,
you.
not Mike Conley, and me, and then there I am. It's terrible.
That's not terrible. That's awesome.
To you, Debbie. Last time you were here, we were in a echoey, creaky shop
That's true.
on episode whatever, 10, 11, 12, 15, 18,
Something.
not knowing where any of this was going to go, not knowing where you were going to go. You were new into CrossFit, but already making an impression. And here you are now. Can you believe it?
I know. I love it. Love it.
How long ago was that?
I've been in CrossFit almost 4 years now. In August, it'll be 4 years.
Oh, my gosh.
I wonder if you've changed CrossFit or as if CrossFit has changed you the most.
Oh, I've been in a dozen different gyms, like go walk the treadmill and go home. But when I finally got the courage to come into this gym, I actually drove up to the gym, wouldn't go in. Then I went back and went in, and there was practically nothing in it, and you were not there. and my son-in-law said, I don't think you want to go here. There was just a rope hanging and a rack, and he said, you might get hurt in there. So
Well,
But
4 years ago, there probably wasn't
Yeah.
much inside.
this
that
is a
gym.
little longer than 4 years. And then I had two friends that signed up for the fundamental class, and they said, come over and do the last week of it with us. So I did, and then I signed up the next month, and I was hooked. I loved it.
How old are you?
Old, 60.
60 years old.
I was 60 in February.
And jumping into a CrossFit gym. Did your family think you were insane?
Yes. They said, no, you're going to get hurt there. You don't need to go there.
Well, they say that to 20-year-olds.
Yeah, but I loved it, and I love the
Anybody
people.
walking in the CrossFit gym is told they're going to get hurt there.
True, but it's been a blast. It's been the best fitness journey I've ever been on, because I started walking at 54, got up off the couch and decided to start walking,
Uh-huh.
and then started jogging a little bit, and then I joined the CrossFit gym at 56.
Well, that's impressive that you got up and started to do anything. What did that look
Yeah.
like?
I started the little track right down there in Byhalia.
What did day one look like? What got you up and moving?
I just decided I had to lose some weight, Just had to. So I had some friends that were doing a boot camp in Byhalia and walking the track. So I said, okay, I'm going to go down there and walk with them. So it was all I could do to do 1 mile. So then I said, okay.
Just walk a mile.
Walk a mile. So I said, I am going to walk 2 miles next week. And then when I did my first 5K, it took me over an hour, like an hour, 15, 20 minutes. Then I did one in Olive Branch because they did 5Ks. They were doing half marathons. They were really into it. And I kind of came in on the tail end of it. And I really thought I was going to need an ambulance on the Mayfest. I thought I was going to die. It was bad. But then after that, I said, okay, I'm doing them. I want to do it. So I just started jogging as best I could, walking, breaking it down, that kind of thing, till I could do a 5K, 10K, and I've done a half, and the longest I've done is a 25K.
Did you do the half before CrossFit or after?
The first one before, it was in 14. I did that Twig or up in Olive Branch. It's over by the Whispering Woods.
The Holiday Inn, or that used to be a Holiday Inn.
And I got a teeny tiny medal, and I'm like, I just died out here for this little teeny quarter-size medal because I'm all about the bling.
You are all about the bling.
I'm all about it.
There's no doubt about that.
And I didn't know anything about shoes or socks or anything, and I had blisters, like huge blisters. I couldn't do anything for 2 weeks because I wore 2 pairs of socks. My shoes were a little big.
You wore 2 pairs of socks?
I took them off and threw one pair in the bathroom about halfway through, and then I had this huge water blister that busted. It busted under, you know how you're rocking along, and I felt this gush
and
of
then you
hot water.
An old pair of socks back.
Yeah, I just threw it. Here's one pair. I've got another. But It was bad, but I finished it. And so that was my first one. So I've done a few, not a ton, but I've done a few. I just did that Navy Nautical. You did that one.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how many people you have influenced to get out and move around? Whether it's been the gym or whether it's been the trail racing?
It's just been fun, but I've had a lot of support. That's one thing about the CrossFit and the running community. It's just, they'll say, you can do it. I'm like, okay, well, let's try it then,
Well, I think that the support begets the support. Of course you get support because you're you. I mean, who doesn't want to support you?
But it has been so much fun. It really has. I mean, I try to work out at least every day doing something now.
You sure do.
Every day.
And you've transitioned into, you went from the, here's Debbie, she's older and kind of watch her and make sure she's okay, to like, wow, Debbie's doing really good. And then you jump the line to like, God damn it, Debbie is
can
beating
I just
me.
keep up with her,
and
please?
She just jumps off the rower before I can even get my feet strapped in.
Right.
It's like, I don't think I like her as much as I did.
I said we all have our
ago.
gifts in the gym. Rowing and biking, it's 2 of my favorite things.
But you're tough as nails.
But it has been fun. Like today's workout was so much fun because it was right in my wheelhouse with a deadlift and farmer's carries. That was perfect for me. That was great.
Do you feel I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I see all these awesome people in the gym, or I've had the privilege of seeing all these awesome people in the gym for the last 5-6 years, whatever it is. And I take it for granted. And I just assume sometimes like, well, everybody is awesome. Like everybody can do this, like whatever. And I had someone at work, a lady, come over to my desk and go, my 60th birthday is in so many months. Like, and my goal is I want to just kind of be in shape before I turn 60 because I just feel so out of shape. And I feel like you could help me get somewhere, if you wouldn't mind helping me. I don't know, and I was like, you popped into my head. Like you immediately popped in my head. And I was like, listen, I told her all about you. I was like, Debbie, we have this awesome lady at the gym who is just like you, like, and she is now like doing all these awesome, like she's almost more fit than I am, I want to like transfer that to this person and go, listen, I can send you right to where you need to go because I've watched it, and
it is so scalable. You can do anything there. That's what's so much fun.
Right.
And then when you go at 4 p.m., it's even more fun.
We were just talking about 4 p.m. people.
4 p.m., those are my people. That's where I started out originally.
They were
was
asking about you today.
4 p.m.
We had a huge class today.
That is a completely different breed of folks. Too much fun.
Yeah.
It really is.
I walked in and Jenny said, "Where's Wilson?" He started going at 5 a.m. to get the girl. He got the girl. He married the girl. Why is he still at 5 a.m.? He can come back to the 4 p.m. family.
There is not a coach walking the planet that could herd them and make them listen.
I
Bear
refuse.
Bryant
That's rough, man.
could
I
rise
refuse
from the
to
grave.
coach the evening classes because I'm terrified of 4 p.m.
I'm not.
As well you should be.
Listen, I'm not terrified of them.
I am.
Listen, I coach that class, and like it's like, we're doing a warm up. I've literally coached the 4 p.m. class in years past, where it's like, and it's been that way from the very beginning, to where it's like we're warming up. And I'm warming up by myself. We're warming up, and everybody else is over on the other side of the gym. I'm like, we're warming up right now, okay? And then I've gone through the warm up, and now we're going to start the workout, and they're still over there.
And sometimes they'll spill over into the 6 p.m. class.
Yeah.
But it takes us a little longer to finish.
And then y'all stand around afterwards and have a conversation.
It's great.
I don't know what it is, but it's been that way since the very beginning.
Yep.
Like the people that work out, I guess people that work out at 4 p.m. are just that way.
It's the culture that was built. Laura Pinkley is like the OG of 4 p.m. And you ain't telling Laura Pinkley when to start or when to stop doing anything.
You're not, or anyone else is in that.
And then
class.
she passed that on to everybody else, and that's just the way it's always going to be.
I love Laura, that's for sure.
And you were talking about the awesome people that you see at the gym, and I think about that all the time, especially because of where I came from and where I am now. It's hard to imagine that a lot of these people weren't as awesome until they got here. Like, the people have made really good people that want to be better and turn them into awesome people. I'm not saying that they weren't awesome people or that awesomeness wasn't in them, but it's just a gym full of people that have changed significantly in just a matter of years. And they'll do that to you. Your confidence and your energy and what you can do when you feel like getting up in the mornings is just incredible.
I love it because you go in there and, the workout's there. I like that. And you're working out all together with all these people. You're high-fiving each other, when they're, somebody that's doing an amazing back squat, everybody stops and watches and, cheers them on, or I love that. I love all that, the way, everybody supports everybody in the gym.
Don't you feel like that CrossFit on some level has just kind of like, I don't want to say broken your shackles, but it's allowed you to do so much more than just CrossFit.
Yeah.
You're always on a bike, you're
love
out
biking.
running, you're just doing whatever it is that you want to do, and you're not restricted to CrossFit. You've taken CrossFit and allowed that to be the catalyst to
Well, there are
the rest
so
of your
many
life.
athletes in our gym that do so many different things. That's the thing. They run, they bike, they, do everything. And that's what I noticed. There's no limits. You can just, like Bridget Warren got me into biking, and she is a killer biker.
So are you. You're
But
killing on the
now
bike.
I love,
Right.
so
You're
I'm
like, I did 50
love-
miles a day. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I love it.
It's funny because when the gym first opened, everybody's like, I don't want to go to that gym because Vaughn's gonna make me run.
Right.
Because I was like the running person, and if I go there, I'm gonna have to run all the time. And now I wish I could go back and embrace that. I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to run all the time. That's what we're gonna do. That's exactly what you're gonna do.
But the running is good. I don't run as much since arthritis in my knee, but the assault bike will get your heart up. So I do a lot of that.
And that's smart. Your knee
We got
bothers
great
you, so you get on the
coaches.
bike.
They'll say, go bike, or, do this, scale it to this, That's, and you still get a great workout. You're still dying and sweating and,
Sure.
gasping for air when you're done.
Vaughn, I remember that being a concern for you, that you were going to be the running gym.
It bothered me so much.
I remember telling you you're going to be the something gym, that running would be a pretty good gym.
It would be, right.
Because there's going to be a name for any gym.
Sure.
And there's a lot worse things to be called than the running gym.
For sure. For sure.
Right. And looking back on it, hindsight is very clear, right? Like, I should have just said, what of it? Like, Okay.
Yeah, but that's what it is, man. Do you think that our gym in particular is more diverse as far as what the athletes do with their time? And
Well, I haven't been to any other gyms, any other CrossFit gyms, other than to go over for competitions. I have done a few competitions, and they've all been super nice, with the competitions and things. But I I just felt embraced the minute I walked in. It didn't matter how old I was or anything else. There was something there I could do. And that's, how it all started. So, and then when you have people like Laura and Bridget Rose and everybody, saying, you can do this, it makes a big difference. It does, give you a confidence level where you feel like you can do it. You may fail, but like I'm determined to get a pull up. And so I've been working on bands, pull up bands. And so that's my thing right now is I want to try to get a pull up. I don't see how I can deadlift and not pull myself up. When I can deadlift something from the floor, but I can't. God, I'm like, up there.
It's a little different of a pull.
I'm like, come on.
pull-ups take a lot of strength.
I know.
Pull-ups are hard.
I know.
Pull-ups are hard. If it's just strict pull-ups, I don't like all that.
I just want one.
Yeah.
That's another program I'm doing is the WOD Prep, the strict pull-up
Oh.
program. I started that the same time I started Brooks thing. So my hands are really sore too and hurt. Makes you hang from the bar a lot.
I think that your hands will strengthen up quickly.
I hope so because I wrote them because you have to respond every time you do a workout to the coaches and like tell them how you did that day and how you felt. And my hands are dying along with the rest of my body.
How do they do it responding back to you? Or do they?
They do. Yeah, the coaches respond. You're on a private page and the coaches and other people will respond and cheer you on and stuff and give you I just asked how long the soreness will take to get out of my hands.
Is that on the Brooke Ince thing or the
No, this
pull-up
is
thing?
WOD Prep.
WOD Prep.
So I'm doing
Prep.
strict pull-ups for WOD Prep.
And WOD Prep, you can comment and a coach will.
Yeah, you send videos in every so often. The coaches will coach you.
You do that on Facebook or do you do it?
Facebook.
What about the Brooke Ince thing? Is that just something you follow?
Brooke Ince
or
is
is it-
something I just follow from Facebook.
Okay.
They have an app now, but the thing I bought was before they had an app, so it's not on the app.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
That's
no.
cool.
I wanna
That's
do
cool.
strict
No,
pull-ups.
I want to do
Yeah.
a pull up.
I can kip, but I can't do strict ones. I can do the swing and.
Debbie, you and I should just go on the pull-up program because I can't do pull-ups either. I can't even hang from a bar. So we should go on it on a mission together
I'm
to
just
start
like,
doing strict
I'll
pull-ups.
hang up there, hang up there. That and toast bar. That probably kept me out of the games.
That's probably it.
Probably so. We were talking about that earlier.
Well,
No.
but your attitude is so good. You don't spend any time beating up on yourself for what you can't do in there,
Oh
do
no,
you?
there's so many things I can do that I couldn't do. So, and literally, it's just fun, and I feel so much better because I sit behind a desk all day, and so when I go to the gym, I go work out. My energy level is through the roof when I leave. So,
Do people at work think you're weird?
my boss is a big fitness buff.
Oh,
He loves
good.
it.
Okay.
In fact, he just is going to give me money for CrossFit next month
What?
because of the weight loss challenge.
That's awesome.
So he said if I won the weight loss challenge that he was going to pay for CrossFit for me for a month.
Wow.
Really?
Really?
Look at that.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you got all the. That's why we brought you out here was to beat you up and take your money. Because
Right.
you just. I want my money back from that weight loss challenge. It didn't work.
I remember when I first started working out, my coach, Doug, had me eating like 8 times a day. And he was like, you're going to eat every 3 to 4 hours. And so I'd meal prep and I would take it all to work. And literally I would eat like at work. So I was at work for 8 hours. And so I'd eat like 5 times a day. And so I was in the kitchen eating, making food like 5 times, and people would be like, "Are you eating again? Like, what's wrong with you?" Like, and this is like a fat dude, I'm just eating again. Do they do that to you at your
Well,
work? They're just like, "Are you gonna run again?
You know,
Like, didn't
they-
you run yesterday?
you know,
Like, you can run again?"
I come to work with my bike, because the Wolf River Greenway is literally 5 minutes from my office. So
Oh.
instead of eating lunch,
you
they
bring
know.
your bike to work or you bike to work?
No, I don't bike to work because it's 30 miles.
You got one of those fancy bike racks on your car now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't act like 30 miles is
It's
unheard
not,
of
no,
for
it's
you to
just,
bike.
I worry more about getting hit by a
traffic,
car
Yeah.
up by Hellier Road. So I'll jump on the bike at lunch and we'll go do 15 miles or 12 miles, whatever I can get in, and without trying to kill a runner, on the Greenway. And then I'd come back to work. and then I'll go to CrossFit at 4.
Do you have a shower at work? How does that work?
We have really nice bathrooms.
Nice.
And I'm a one-girl office.
Oh,
so
okay.
that, my boss, I've been there for almost 40 years, so.
Oh, have you really?
Oh, so nobody cares how many times you eat in a day.
They don't
or
care if
whatever,
I eat.
if you smell bad.
Whatever. They,
Can you have the people there meal prep for you? You're like, oh.
I'd like that. He does buy me beef jerky. My boss does, because that's protein. They're very supportive, and they know that I don't want to eat lunch. I want to go do something. So, and I'll just go bike, or I've got a little trail I can get out there and knock out 2 or 3 miles if I don't have my bike. So I try to do something every day, and then do CrossFit.
I wouldn't be able to do that. I think about it a lot, like people that go and exercise on their break. I sweat so bad and so quickly that I wouldn't be able to.
I usually bring extra clothes, but sweating does not bother me. It may bother somebody else next to me, but ever since at the gym, I got getting conditioned to the heat. The sweating part does not bother me at all. I don't mind getting hot. I don't mind it being 95 in the gym. And it does not bother
Well,
me
I
at all.
don't mind the heat. I
It's
don't
the
mind
other-
the
it's the
sweat.
way you look.
It's just so much,
Yeah.
that I think that people would be like,
I don't sweat, baby. I don't
I
sweat
love
that
it.
much.
The hotter, the better. And there's a couple of things, like 2 things. One thing you talked about, but the other thing is I love about old school CrossFit. It's what I call old school CrossFit. Is it's in a place where there's no heat, right? And it's just hot. It's a nasty warehouse. It's as dirty as possible, and I love it. Like that's what I loved. Like it's hot. I could sweat. Yeah, and that's it. I just love it. And also, you said like I just felt so welcome and open. That's what it is. Like I cannot fathom somebody coming into a gym and feeling like I don't belong here.
Right.
I want you to walk in a gym and be like, everybody loves me. That's what I want.
Or not knowing
you to
anybody.
feel.
Like if you just go for 30 minutes to a gym and you've got your, whatever you're going to do and do it, and then you leave, you don't get a chance to meet
Right.
and talk to people. That's what I love about the classes,
Yeah, but Wilson was saying, like, what do you think CrossFit has done that? But I think that's the greatest thing CrossFit
I think
has
it has.
done.
It is a community.
Especially from the early years. I hear stories lately, these days it's not always as welcoming when you walk into a gym, but that's what I experienced from the early days is like, we're friends. This is a community.
Right.
This is this. And you're awesome and you can do anything you want.
Right.
And that's a great thing about CrossFit. That's,
And any age. That is really true. Any age.
there's nobody in the world that doesn't like to be recognized.
Exactly.
Even the shyest person it may make them a little bit uncomfortable on some level, but everybody likes attention and everybody likes somebody. Everybody likes being treated
Right.
with respect. And, when I came into CrossFit, I was scared to death. I mean, not a little bit scared. I was petrified to go in there and just so insecure on so many different levels. And Laura Pinkley and Paul Pinkley and Josh Barwasser. And it was just like immediately like, you're here. Like, this is going to be fun. We're going to laugh and you're going to come back and like, you're in. Like, you don't just walk away from this, and Laura's telling me about that she quit smoking and quit, and I'm sharing like where I've been. And she's like, well, yeah, that's cool. Like, we'll get through that. And it was just so quick that I'm not comfortable for somebody to walk into the gym that I don't know until I've introduced myself. And I think that's the same way that a lot of our people feel.
Yeah.
And it makes me probably more uncomfortable than the person that's walked in, even if it's not the right time for me to go talk to them. I'm watching, like, I need to shake their hand and at least acknowledge that they're here. For one, because it's polite, but two, when you're on the other side of that, it can be horrifying.
I love it when we have drop-ins that come in. I always try to make sure that I go over and introduce myself and see where they're from. And we had a guy from Colorado. He's been there a couple of days, working out at 4 p.m. He was there today.
he came back more than one day.
Yeah, 2 days. 2 days in a row.
Have you ever been there when those special forces guys?
Yes, absolutely. During the Open one year, they were there, and
Those
they were
dudes are
working. They were working on the
Yeah.
other side of the gym, and we were in there doing one of the open workouts, and it had a deadlift in it, so I was all for that. And they even came over after and high-fived me. Said, "Man, you killed that workout," And I was oblivious to them because they were in there doing something else because I was concentrating on time limit, open, that kind of thing.
What part of the Special Forces are there? There's that bomb training center.
You're triggering me. Like, I'm going to have rhabdo just talking. Like, I need to go pee. Hold on. I don't know. Special
I don't know if these were special forces, but they were some military
special
guys.
Forces.
You're not supposed to be within like 500 feet of Special Forces. Anything.
Right. I don't even.
Let's change the subject.
I can't even fathom those people. I don't know what to say.
Listen, those dudes were doing handstand push-ups without the wall. They're just getting in a handstand and doing a push-up. Like, no problem. Oh, the wall's full? That's what. I'll just do it right here. I'm like, whoa, man. You're somebody. I don't know what, but you're all tatted up and you're a bad dude. I want no part of that. And I can tell. I can generally look at somebody and tell, like, I think I could take him.
Well, you've been doing a workout with some group, haven't you?
F3?
F3.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Faith, Fitness, and Fellowship is what that stands for.
Okay.
And it's a peer-led group. Anybody can join it. It's free. They find different parking lots throughout the area. I mean, they're all throughout the country.
Oh, that's cool.
And so if it's your time to lead, or if you want to lead and you say, I'm going to do the workout at 5 or 6 in the morning, you do whatever workout you want to do for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And then you do a devotion on whatever spirituality that you are.
Right.
We're in the Bible Belt, obviously, so there's a lot of Christianity, but it's not a Christian organization. And it's very welcoming. They have all kinds of activities. They're really active in the community. It's something that I went to because I had some high school friends that were doing it. Mm-hmm. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of connect with some of them. And then I got to see it, and I thought, this is really a great organization, especially for somebody that, doesn't have a lot going on or is trying to like get into the flow of things.
Right.
It's like CrossFit. They uplift each other, and
That's awesome.
It's a great thing. I don't do it often enough. I'm hooked on my weights. I like my routine. I like the weightlifting part of things.
I do too.
There's something about a barbell.
It
there
really
is.
is. Mm-hmm. I never thought I would ever
I know.
come in and lift a barbell and have no air conditioning and sweat would drip off of you
Right.
onto a mat.
It feels so good.
And you have to mop up your mess. And
Man.
I'm like,
Wilson will be happy about this, but today I did deadlifts and barbell curls.
Oh,
Like curled the barbell.
Yes, sir.
I was like, man, this feels so good.
Doesn't it?
Like, I just,
Doesn't it? Yeah.
I'm like, man, I was so happy to just be picking up a heavy barbell.
I love it.
And deadlifting it and curling it. And I'm like, these two lifts don't even go together. Who does these two things but me? I do. I made it up.
And the
who
pump, how
cares?
long's it been since you felt like a bicep pump?
Man, it's
Yeah.
been forever.
It's hard to get off that stuff.
And I don't
once
even
you
have
snort
any muscles anymore. But I'm just like lifting the 45-pound bar going, this is great.
But it doesn't matter because it makes you feel like you have muscles.
It does.
Even if
It
you
does.
don't. Like for the rest of the day, you walk around
Yes.
like that.
Right now, I'm feeling like I'm strong again.
Like I turn sideways when I go through doorways just because I feel like that.
The barbell is your best friend.
Yeah, it is.
It's great.
We don't do enough pump stuff. I
We
understand
should.
why, the whole CrossFitty thing. But
I liked our back squat thing that we just finished.
well, you should. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. How was your back squat?
She got like a PR of like 45 pounds.
Ooh.
No,
What?
it was 30 pounds.
Whoa, I'm really exaggerating all
Well,
that.
tell us about that. 1 rep max. What is it?
Yeah, that's my 1 rep max now.
You didn't say what number was.
Oh, 500. Just kidding. No, it's
That's a good one.
235.
That's awesome.
What?
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
30 pounds, that's
Heck
like,
yeah.
I told her that's like a newbie jump. That's like when you come in and
You're right.
haven't
Yeah.
lifted ever. And then,
That's a lot.
you come back 6 weeks and you're like, whoa.
That's funny that you said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Like,
That was a good progression.
Yeah.
I
It was
got
a good one.
180,
Nice.
and that was a 20-pound PR.
That's
Hey,
what I'm
yeah.
talking
so
about.
180 pounds, 20-pound PR in your
Yeah.
back squat.
Man,
Yep.
that's 60.
Now my deadlift is I'm trying to get the 300 club. That's what I'm trying for.
How far are you away from that?
275.
Are you
You're
really?
right there.
I did
That's a lot of weight.
265 on my birthday. Laura
Holy
made me
moly.
wear a crown. Laura Pinkley made me wear a crown.
I remember that picture.
God, Laura, I'm like, hurry up and take the picture. This is heavy. You just stand there. Do I get it right? But she tricked me. I didn't know how much weight was on it that day. But I've done 275 one rep max.
Oh, man.
I didn't know how much
you'll
it
get
was.
the 300
But
easy.
Yeah.
I'd like to, before, I'm too old and can't lift any bars to get to in the 300 club.
You know what
We
you're
do
gonna
have a
to
club,
do?
don't we?
Oh, make
You,
you, oh,
you
yeah.
know what
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what you're gonna have to do after that.
What?
You're gonna have to do a 50-mile.
Yeah,
event.
no. I'll ride my bike.
You can walk it.
I'm gonna ride. I power walk that Navy Nautical. It's not as fun as jogging, and
It's so
but I
hot.
power.
Was it hot that day? It's so hot usually.
It got hot.
It wasn't as bad as it usually
No,
is.
it got hot toward the last few miles, but I power walked that one, and but I'd rather be able to jog a little bit. I like to feel my heart pounding in my chest. It's crazy, to where I feel like I'm gonna die.
You like that, huh?
That's where you feel like you're alive.
Yeah.
To me, so that's
Well, that's
it's,
like
I can't explain it, but that's
can't.
well, my knee is killing me, and I'm like, just one more mile.
Does it hurt you all the time, your knee?
It hurt. This right one does. It hurts, but I ignore it. If I don't do a lot of squatting, then I could do the back squat with no problem. I could squat good that day, but I can ride a bike for days and it doesn't hurt a bit. But I can do a 5 or 10K and I'll feel it the next day. Not to where I can't walk or anything, but I'll still do it. I mean, it didn't bother me to power. It didn't hurt me at all when I power walked the Navy Nautical. So I just can't bounce on it too much.
Yeah.
But the biking is fun. I want to get a bike club, y'all. OBCF bike club.
do it.
Start it. People follow
Do
you
it.
doing anything.
I'll get Wilson's bike and come
there you
join
go.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd like to join
There's
you.
a pretty good possibility it's not going to be being used. So if anyone would like to use my bike,
It's been fun. I'm trying to get Lynn and a lot of the girls, Laura, Paul's killer on the bike.
yeah, I knew that he got
Oh
a
my
real nice
gosh,
mountain bike.
he
a couple
does, and
years
I
ago.
mean he will. We biked to Olive Branch Park one day, and he took off like lightning. He was flying on that bike.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There
Well,
you go, Paul.
he's pretty strong. Like his
He
legs.
is.
That's
His
pretty
legs,
strong
man, he
legs.
can-
like,
he can
don't-
go.
Yeah.
But there's several people at the gym that have bikes, so.
Well, and I've said before, you're the only person that I know that travels with a posse. Like everywhere you go, people are following you.
We're going down to Tanglefoot Trail and I'm going to do 50 miles.
Who's we?
Well, some of the girls that we ran with.
All
are-
the
It'd be
people
like
that
10
follow
girls.
me.
It'd be like, she's like the Pied
groupies.
Piper of fitness.
My entourage. What's that?
We're going to go, but that's flat and fun. That should be a fun day, Saturday.
Where is Tanglefoot?
It's at New Albany. Get on the trailhead there. It's
Thank you,
it's-
and John.
Ah,
did
yeah,
that.
I rode that.
Did you?
I rode 30 miles of it.
Yeah.
That's one of 2 bike rides that I took that wasn't in a triathlon. So, because we had talked about, I think it goes like 80 miles.
It
or
goes a
something,
long
doesn't it?
way.
Do you have a mountain bike? Is it a trail?
It's a flat.
It's
Oh,
like the Green
asphalt.
Line. It's a
Oh,
paved
okay.
railroad track.
Paved road, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so we'll do that ride, and then I'm doing the a donut ride. You'd like that one. wouldn't
Okay, I
you,
can
Wilson?
handle that.
What's the donut ride?
You get stopped for donuts. Stop
How
for
often do you
donuts.
stop?
I'm not sure. I hadn't done it yet, but it's the first.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's actually the 4th, July the 4th. And that's, I don't even know the mileage. I just signed up. So let's go. It's got
That's what I'm
donuts.
talking about.
It's got donuts. Why not?
Speaking of your nutrition, how well do you do at that part of it?
I stay pretty, I do probably, I'm at 90 pounds down now.
90 pounds.
90 pounds.
90 pounds.
God
We
almighty.
are.
So-
We missed the whole most important thing in the whole conversation. 90 pounds?
I try to stay, but
But
it's
it's
taken
been
me.
so
Look,
consistent
it's taken
and
me for
gradual.
5 years. I'm slow.
Which is awesome. That's the
You
way
know?
to do it. I mean, that's
It takes me a long time
that is
to
so
lose
awesome.
weight, but
90.
I like to. All week long, I stay on it. I mean, I stay on my diet, protein and vegetables, no breads hardly ever, But then I'll maybe take a day and eat something I really want to eat. But my calories are way lower than they ever were. But as you age, I think your metabolism slows down, so I can gain weight so easy. If I was to go back and eat a hamburger and fries, I'd be 2 pounds up in the morning.
Would you really?
So I,
Now you
I
like
have
to
watch it
bake too,
close.
don't you?
I do, but I don't do as much now as I used to.
Because you
I-
don't want to eat it all.
I'll just cook. I'll cook like big family meals a couple of times a year, but now I'm so programmed to eating chicken and Brussels sprouts,
Really?
or salmon.
How do you cook your chicken?
I have an Instapot now that I'm trying to learn to use, but basically I bake it.
You just bake
I
chicken?
bake-
Do you
I just
put
bake
anything
chicken
on it?
in
You
it.
don't season it or anything?
Yeah,
You
I'll
just eat it?
season it. Sometimes I'll do it, like Italian chicken or Cajun chicken, something like that. And then to do the salmon, I do a lot of salmon. I really like that. And then I'll do a lot of vegetables, squash, and I'll roast those with a little olive oil all the time.
So you do really well during the week.
Yeah, and I do
And
well
then-
on the weekends
well,
too.
on the
really,
weekend
'cause-
when you want to have something that's not
yeah, I
good,
mean, I'll
like
make
what
it a
it- what-
hamburger
tell-
or something
a
like
hamburger?
that. Yeah, I might eat a hamburger.
no French fries or anything, just a hamburger.
Yeah, occasionally fries. Not a lot of fries though. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
just-
an air fryer. They say you get an air fryer, you can have all that
Oh,
stuff.
that's what I heard too.
You know.
What's your favorite cheat meal? I say cheat meal. I don't know. People don't like that word.
I'm a foodie though.
What's your favorite
bacon,
cheat
like
meal?
like bacon. My little granddaughter say, "You have any pig bacon?" I don't want that turkey bacon. Yeah, pig bacon, Granny. I said, yeah, we're gonna get some pig bacon.
Bacon's not necessarily a cheat meal, though.
No,
Like,
I
what-
probably like I don't know. We went down to the casino and had the seafood buffet after the weight loss challenge was over. Because I like starved for 2 days to finish that.
So you ate fish. so you ate seafood. Like what?
I ate seafood.
Like,
I
that's
had
not-
prime rib.
You're
I
still
mean,
not telling me anything bad.
I had a piece
I
of
like to
cheese.
eat bacon, beef, and seafood.
I had a
Like,
piece of cheesecake that night. Though.
I like to eat donuts. And
I mean, I like ice cream
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
don't.
like
Did you
that.
ever
Nuggets
get
or
like a
something.
You know,
case of beer and a bunch of cheddar peppers?
no.
Waffle House.
Bad
and
of ice
everything.
cream.
Yeah, I've eaten
Man.
Waffle House, but I like barbecue. I like all of it, but I just try to stay away from it. But I'm programmed now, so it doesn't bother me.
I've got a question. Rachel wants to know where the donut ride is and where does she sign up?
It's on Memphis Hightailers page,
Okay.
and it's actually a free ride, a $10 donation.
Oh, there you go, Rachel.
All right.
Yeah. So I don't know the distance, but it'll be fun.
I got a question. I eat like a total dickhead. Do you think that it's better to? I've been doing the 16/8 intermittent fasting, which I'm really enjoying. I think that the longer I do it, the easier it is to eat just during that window. Do you think that there's any benefit at all to, if you're going to eat like a dickhead, to eating in an 8-hour window versus not? None.
Are you asking me?
I'll
Yeah.
go.
I'm
I just
asking all
won't
y'all.
eat. I will. I've gotten where I can just not eat. Like if I don't start eating like in the morning, if I just get up and have a cup of coffee, I can go to 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon without eating.
No problem.
No problem. And if I go do a bike ride or something at lunch, my appetite is completely gone.
Really?
Gone.
That's bad.
Yeah, I don't
Not
eat.
hungry at all.
It's a while after I work out like that before I eat. But I want to answer your question because it's something that not a theory that I have, but it's a belief that I have, which is people want. Let's talk about whey protein supplements, for example. If you're not sleeping 8 hours a day, a night, and not eating the way that you should be eating, and you know how you should be eating, you're not stupid, then you don't need supplements, right? Like, let's get your sleeping and your eating in order before you start taking pre-workout and whey protein and all this other stuff, right? People want this intermittent fasting and all this. That's going to change, but I think deep down everybody knows if I just ate meat and vegetables and quit drinking beer and quit eating pizza and doing all these, they know what they're doing wrong. They just want some other thing that they're going after. You know what I mean? What you need to do is get your sleep and your nutrition dialed in to where I can't do any better than this. Now I need a post-workout shake. You know what I mean? Now I need to do intermittent fasting.
But that is the
Right.
better. I mean, if you can get to where your nutrition is on point all the time, then sure, then you can do all those things. But I'm not getting to that point. I've tried, and I just keep failing at
Right.
that.
So intermittent fasting isn't going to help you.
It's not. That's the question.
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, that's my thought is It's not going to help you to intermittent fast if you're eating McDonald's every day.
But why would it help you to intermittent fast if you were eating well? I mean, how would it add more? How would it enhance the eating well?
I don't know. Ask a scientist. But I'm just saying.
Well, there's not a scientist in here, so I asked y'all. But you're saying that for sure.
I don't know for sure. I'm giving you my opinion. Like, I think that intermittent fasting isn't going to help you if you're eating like shit all the time.
But you think that it works above and beyond the eating well?
I know that there are really smarter people than me that say it does.
Well, have you heard of that Renaissance periodization?
I've heard of it.
I've downloaded the app, and so far, it's given me like 5 meals a day, and one of those is a protein shake. And I never drink any of that. Water's my deal. So, but now it's you're basically counting macros. It gives you your protein.
Yeah, y'all were
carbs
talking
and all
about that
that.
today.
I'm not
Beezy was
saying
talking about that.
a post-workout shake or a whey protein shake is bad. It's
right.
Good. You're eating way better than most people.
But those things you really have to. I don't like to meal prep. I'd rather I know what I'm going to eat, but this you enter it. It's so much protein, so many carbs, so much fat per meal, and so it's really hard to follow. But if you look at their Facebook page, man, those people have some results.
Just like the Naked program, too.
I mean, it's called a cut. It's it cuts the fat off of you, I guess.
Yeah, John.
Well,
It's not like just losing weight. They call it a cut.
I guess what I'm saying is, yeah, of course they have results, because what were you doing before you started doing this? You can take somebody that's not doing anything that they're supposed to do, and all of a sudden you spend 6 months doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And you're going to see results, because that's how it works.
I think you have to change it up, though. You have to change it up, because I'll just feel like I won't be losing any weight, so I'll try something else, and that'll kind of kickstart something else,
Well, I think the intermittent stuff, if you eat like shit 12 hours a day versus 8 hours a day, I think you'll see improvement a little bit.
Absolutely.
But then
I
at that
stopped
point,
eating donuts for 6 hours.
You'll evolve into hopefully better eating habits as you go along, as you go down, as you start feeling better about yourself and you start losing weight. Like, hey, this is kind of working. Well, maybe if I put some more vegetables in there instead of fries, then it'll.
But I'm old
be a
school.
cascade.
Calories in, calories out. That's always been the way
I don't think
with
that's
me.
old school. I think
No,
that's
I
how
think
it
that's
works.
how it
if you
works.
put it
Yeah, I don't
in,
think
you got to burn it off,
Yeah.
or you're not going to lose any weight.
Right.
That's so I try to stay around 1,500 calories a day or a little less.
And so you measure that while you're eating?
No,
or you
but
just
I pretty
know?
much know it now.
Yeah.
But
I think that all new nutrition programs in some way are designed to try to get you there, just in a different fashion, and trying to take stabs at what works and what doesn't. If everybody everybody knows if you just eat right, then you'll get results. But if it was that easy, there wouldn't be all this other stuff. And it's just not.
There wouldn't be chocolate chip mint ice cream.
That's right.
I don't know. I think I disagree. I think if you just eat right, like you
Disagree with what?
with what you just said. You said I think everybody knows if you just eat right, you'll get results. And that doesn't work. I think that does work. If you just eat
I didn't say. I said if you eat right, it works.
Oh, okay. I misheard you.
I did too. It sounded like you were.
No, everybody knows that if you eat right, it works.
Yes.
But not everybody
We'll eat right.
will eat right.
Okay.
And so there's different ways to kind of stab at that bear.
Right. There's
And that's ultimately what it is different approaches.
different approaches to eating right.
to the same, and the
which you're
same
not
means to an end.
Right.
But I'm not going to wake up and say, okay, I'm just going to eat right. I mean, I've tried that and I don't do it. Most people don't. But it's more exciting for me to say, I'm going to try this in hopes of maybe this happening.
Well, I think there's something to like a new thing.
yeah.
Like I've got this new thing I'm going to try. And I think that's a motivator sometimes. It's kind of like the thing where I'm going to post on Instagram after I get done running today.
It's like
and so I'm going to
the start
finish this
trend.
run. But there's a thing to where like, oh, I'm on this new program now, and I'm going to, and you might be more willing to stick to it because it's a new thing that you're excited about.
Correct.
You know?
Well, the weight loss program at the gym kicked me back in. when we got into that. You know?
Which who won that? What?
Me.
Every week. You won it every
Not
week
every
and
week,
overall.
but
Dawn won one time, and then Debbie won everything else.
But that really helped me because it was a motivation because my weight loss has been so slow, but it factored in other things like the working out, the checking in, kept me accountable. You know, so that was a lot of fun. It was a long 13 weeks, but it was fun.
Well, but I think that you could probably, I think it'd be safe to say that you could have probably done 10 other weight loss challenges in your life and not had the same results that you did.
Right,
And that's
exactly.
why I think it's important to continue taking stabs.
It was fun.
And maybe what will work.
And that one, I liked it because she did incorporate you had the working out because that's, I worked out every day but 3 days in 13 weeks.
Every day but 3
Good
days.
gosh.
I looked back after it was over to see how many times on Sugar Wide. And some days I did too, but right at the very first week, there was one day that was 5, and the next week was 6, and all the rest of them were 7 until.
And no, you feel good. You
Oh,
never had
yeah.
any sore. You weren't.
Oh, I'm sore every day.
But you're not. I can't work out today because I'm.
No, not at all.
Look at you.
You feel pretty good most of the time, or
Oh,
you
all
achy
the-
a lot?
You always complain when you're having to do a back squat or a front squat, or why am I having to do this? Because my arms hurt and my legs hurt. But usually after a few minutes, it all works. All the stiffness and soreness goes away.
So when we were doing back squats on the last rotation, the last 6 weeks or whatever it was, do you have any problems hitting your numbers for your max, doing 90%?
I did.
And
And
I can't even come close.
What about 87.2%?
Yeah, that was a little hard. But no, some of those that were really long where we had to do, 7 and 8 up to 10, like you were doing 70 back squats. I started low and built up and tried to make that very last set be what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But there were some times I didn't get it at all on that. So I was surprised that I had a PR on it because I hadn't met all of them, but just being consistent, I guess, in doing that particular motion. And then just having to, do the one, load up, do one, instead of doing 15 or 20 at a time.
I think some people are just more like rep strong than others. Like I'm good for 1.
Yeah.
But I can't do
10.
Yeah, it is.
Or I can't even come close. Like if you take my percentages, I wasn't even close to, what the way I was supposed to be. And some people just knock that stuff out, no problem. And
But
that's
that's
impressive.
okay. I like the to go in and find your 1 rep. That gives you a basis, to work towards the next time when we have it. So
I like the guys that come in or people that come in and they put 315 on the bar
love
for a
it.
set of 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You're
talking
like,
about.
are you going to do that? I'm watching that guy over there. And he just picks it up off this 8 reps, puts it back in the rack. And you're like, what? What is this guy? Where'd he come from?
But there's people that here would be an example to say that maybe I could do, maybe somebody like that can do that, but then their 1 rep max would only be so much.
Right.
Whereas
It's like he
maybe
could do
my
315
my
for
1 rep
8.
max would be similar to his, but I can only do 315, a couple times. I'm just saying some people can just not like John Kelly that used to come to the gym. That dude could put on an infinite amount of weight and just squat it forever. And then his 1 rep max was
Not much more than that weight he was squatting for
some
8
people
or
are just
10
strong
reps.
like that.
we have
I'm
some
not.
beasts at the gym. We
Farmer
really do.
strong.
Country strong.
Country
is
strong.
what that
There you
man
go.
was.
We,
hadn't seen him
we
in a
have
while.
some that use all the weights, like the bar spending,
They used to call them when I was in high school and football games. They call them, we're going down there to play those grain-fed,
Corn-fed.
corn-fed country
Corn-fed.
boys down in the Delta.
That's what we used to say about Carryville, because Carryville was like a road trip. It seemed like it was way out in the country before it was developed like it is now.
We used to drive down to Greenwood, Mississippi, wherever, down 2-3 hours away, and be like, we're going to go down there and play those corn-fed Mississippi boys.
Well, Olive Branch was, we came to Olive Branch to buy beer at that gas station that it used to have a drive-through. But driving there seemed like, we were getting gone for a while. And now I drive back and forth
That's
from Olive
pretty
Branch to Memphis every day.
By hell yeah, to Memphis.
Guess what, boys and girls?
No.
Yeah.
We're out of time?
Yep.
Man.
I have to give a shout out to 4 p.m.
Please.
You need to do that.
You know, my
Call 'em
peeps.
out.
My peeps, you know, I'm here representing y'all.
If you don't give them a shout out, then they'll take you in the bathroom and
No.
beat you up while
They'll
they're in
beat me
there
up
smoking
tomorrow.
cigarettes and drinking vodka.
Are you okay? Did they
Put you up to
did they
this?
hurt you? Show me where 4 p.m.
That's
cuts.
right. That's right. and also tell, you know.
Are they the ones making you work out every
That's
day?
right. That's it.
That's why you've only taken 2 rest days?
Tell all these masters, like the lady at your office, come down and check us out.
There you go.
Check Debbie out.
Yeah,
Just get
I'll
on
come
board
down
with
there.
Debbie.
Follow
Follow
her.
her
No,
around.
I'll work
That's
out
what
with
I
them.
need to be
Love
doing.
to work
Yeah.
out with them.
We were talking about those tiles, for keeping up
Yeah.
with stuff. I need to get one of those and just
I
it
need
on.
one. Look,
Use.
I need one of those.
Shoot.
wherever you
I need
are.
one because I lose everything. But it's been fun. Thank you for having me back.
Thanks for coming on
Thank
here,
you
Debbie.
very
thank
much
you.
for coming, for sure.
Lift Heavy Run Long, number 151 is in the books.